What's up, guys? Welcome to Rapture. This is going to be an action horror experience based off of Quake 2 and the Quake 2 engine. I guess you'd call it a mod. I pretty much started building out the map and like the world logic and whatnot. I just want to show you guys a little bit of what I've been working on, and I want to collect some thoughts on it. So again, this is very, very early. I'll give you a quick rundown. We are very, very deep in an underground bunker. Things have gone to shit, and I need to find a way to navigate through my bunker and collect the things that I need in order to survive. Um, this is not going to be your typical Quake 2 experience. You can see your movement speed is very, very slow. The movement speed has been reduced down to 70. It is normally set at 200 on Quake 2. I also have always run off. That will be off by default on this mode. So this is going to play more akin to like a puppet combo game or like a Silent Hill game or a Resident Evil game, like the older ones, where you go from room to room and you explore to try to find your way around. Let's see. Let's go into this room here. There are a couple of different places that we can go. So we'll start with here. This is the door that is closest to us. There will be hints on these that will pretty much tell you what this door leads to. And there's also a green light on this door that lets you know that this room is available to enter. You'll notice when I walk up to the door, we trigger a loading screen, and now we're back into a new part of the map. This is our B2 level admin room. The reason I went with these types of stages, these smaller stages, once you start packing a lot of intense detail to these maps and you lean on the dynamic lights that the Kex engine presents you with, it really starts making this engine mad. And so as a way to control pacing and to push the visual fidelity in these small rooms as high as I possibly can, I opted to make these rooms smaller. And so as we keep moving, we are now in a server area. You can see the lighting is coming along quite nicely. So now that we've made some progress, I want to show you a couple other sections of the area of the map. We're gonna go into this area here. Now this will lead us to another section of the bunker that will lead us up. You hear footsteps? That's because there's a guy up there. And so he's eventually going to see us, so we're going to have to shoot. And you'll see some differences in the combat. Ah! You can also see, I'm going to keep it moving. These guys are very, very aggressive. You see a guy takes a lot of shots. I made these enemies a lot stronger since we're leaning into horror. These guys can't be fodder. These fights need to mean something essentially. Another thing to notice: all of these lights are real time. You can see there's shadows bouncing all over the place, including my own player character's shadow. If I move into this, you can also see that the shadow. There's a light that's casting that shadow right there. That dark shadow beyond this little pole. My character is casting a shadow from the same light. So you can also see that door down there is glowing green. That means we can access it. This door is also green. You can access this one. So the game logic will know if you've interacted with the door, then it's inaccessible is going to be red. If it is accessible, to be green. If you have not interacted with it, it's going to stay this color here. So so now we're in a room with some combat and some gameplay, and so this game again is going to have an exploration on lighting and atmosphere and exploration. And so these enemies are currently set to not do much unless they're ambushed. And so the reason why that is it gives you the opportunity to, leave this place a little bit tidy and maybe not make a mess. The main thing that we need in here is a flashlight, right? But there's some other things that we can get as well. We got 85 health, but we've got some small med packs. We got one there. We've also got two of them under this guy. And so we also have a flashlight. There's still some nooks to explore in here. There could be something behind that guy or behind that little server back there. You can see that there are some pretty dramatic shadows being cast on that wall. I'm here for the flashlight. And so what we're going to do is we're going to focus on getting this flashlight first. And now these enemies are positioned in such a way that I will not trigger them unless I enter their cone of sight or I start shooting. And so this is good because it allows me to maneuver. We're going to keep them busy. We're going to get our flashlight. So now we've got a little bit of light in this room. Now these enemies don't react to light. That's going to be a game engine enhancement that I make, not like a level like a mod, like a mapping enhancement. So but yeah, I could leave, but I want that health, and so there's a couple things that I can do. I can't really pass this guy at the moment because he's patrolling this area pretty well. So I'm gonna just trigger this guy. So as you can see, he just kind of didn't alert these guys. Another thing that needs to be changed with either some smarter enemy placement or some game engine changes. But let's start a big fight. Like I said, these guys right here have a five times health enhancement. These guys have 2.25, so they're much stronger. They're no longer fodder. And so what you'll want to do is you'll actually want to leverage these guys fighting each other. We're going to leave and let them handle each other. So we left quite a mess in that room. They're going to continue to fight, and we're going to keep it moving. But we have our flashlight. That's good. But we kind of determined that we need some health. We're kind of injured. And so all we have is our blaster. We have 42 bits of health. Those health packs in there were small. But, you know, if we play this right, we could exit this scenario with more than 42 health. So let's give it a shot. First and foremost, I want to see if I can get those enemies to stop aggroing. So I'm going to leave to another room. They might aggro, like stop aggroing on their own, but they're definitely going to fight to the death. And as I move through these areas, these enemies will eventually forget that I exist until I come back into the room and enter their field of vision. And so I'm willing to bet that the heavy gunner survived that match. Ah, there he is. He's over there now. I was expecting to spawn right there. And he's hardly scathed. This is not good. So we're not at 21 health. These guys are really aggressive. Uh-oh. Oh. And look at this. We survived with 3 health. That guy lost his head. But I'm not totally dead. I think next up, we're going to want to focus on expanding the gameplay a little bit. There's another room that I want to show you guys before I leave. Hey, buddy, you doing all right back here? Got you. All right, man. Good luck. But I want to show you guys one more room. So all of these enemies are still here. I'm going to make it to where they don't give so that there's always a trail. There will be an armory. Again, I have to put in all the game logic, but check this out. There's a secret room. So yeah, that's what I have so far. This is going to be Rapture, an action adventure or action horror experience for Quake 2.